Hello everyone, it's Maddie here again. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I have a new painting for you today. I actually did this painting as I record this voiceover maybe a month or more ago. It's been a pretty crazy past 2 months for me, and I'm excited to finally be getting this up on my channel. Oh boy, my computer just like went black screen. It was terrifying, but I think we're good. Anyway, it's been a crazy past couple months for me, and hopefully the craziness has stopped. Within 3 weeks, a tree fell on my car and totaled it, and then someone ran a stop sign and totaled my husband's car. He's totally fine, so that's the good part, but it really stinks to have to buy 2 cars. So in this piece, I did something that I don't normally do that I think I might carry on in my other pieces. I actually only used 3 colors in this whole painting. I used Graham's Quinacridone Nickel Gold, I think is what it's called, or yeah, Quin Gold. I used the Quinacridone Red, and I think I used Indigo. I'll have the colors listed below, but I'm pretty sure that it's Quin Red, Quin Gold by Graham, and then Holbein Indigo. It really had this sort of cohesiveness to the whole painting, which I enjoyed working with, because sometimes colors are scary for me. I'm used to doing like black and white, and I really enjoy colors, but sometimes I think I get overwhelmed because I have so many colors and I want to use all the colors. But limiting myself to those 3 colors, and then I could mix a green, I could mix a purple, I could mix orange. I think that really helped to tie everything in together so everything looked like it fit. And I don't know, it just made the piece feel like one piece all together, as opposed to, oh, the background is one portion, the character's one portion, the flower she's holding is another, where sometimes it can feel a little disjointed. I think going about it this way, and I actually did a bunch of different color studies in one of my sketchbooks. I have a sketchbook that's got 100% cotton watercolor paper in it, so I can really test out different color palettes easily, and I don't have to worry about messing up a whole painting. So in my sketchbook, I did a bunch of like color wheels with different versions of a red, a yellow, and a blue, and they weren't ever true red, yellow, and blue. They all kind of shifted towards like cool or warm or desaturated, or just to give it a little bit of a different feel to it. I think that it helps kind of the emotion of the picture. I think it's really helped just bring everything back in, even with the background being really splashy, which is something I really wanted to work on, being a little more loose, and then the really tight detail of like her face and then the flowers. I think it helped bring some of those points that would have felt disjointed back together. So as usual, I have a list of all of the things I've used in this painting down below, It's, you know, my usual Arches watercolor paper. This is a bigger piece of watercolor paper again, like my last full painting. It's a little bit bigger than 16 by 12. I really like painting larger. It is harder to capture when on the camera, which I think is fine. I am interested in trying like different angles to get different views of how I'm painting, how I'm manipulating the paintbrush, and just to have more dynamic shots. I think it just is a more interesting video all around if you have different angles and taking a little more care into doing that. My problem is when I'm painting or drawing, I get like really into it. I like get in the zone, and then I probably would forget to switch to a different camera, or if the batteries die in one camera. My overhead camera, I have a dummy battery in though, so that wouldn't die, but if I say had a separate camera to the side, I probably wouldn't remember to turn it on. I have recorded things, or thought I was recording things, and never hit the record button, so I think just adding that one extra step, I know I'll screw it up, but you know, it's worth a shot. I think it'll be worth it in the long run. So again, in this, I decided to try and do the outlines after doing the painting. I liked how that turned out last time, where I could decide after the colors were put together what needs that bolder outline and what can kind of fade into the background, such as her hair being underwater. It doesn't necessarily need a bold line or really a line at all in most of the areas. And I think it lets me have more control, I guess, over how the piece ends up finishing off, and the kind of depth and like the depth of field, I guess, of the picture. I really love this brush pen. I think I probably talk about it all the time. The Kuretake number 13 brush pen. I have a, what do they call it? It's like a thing that goes inside of the brush pen so that I can use whatever ink I want in it. I don't have to use just the cartridges. And like I said, I'll have all that linked below as well. But this brush pen, it has like shorter bristles, so it's easier to control for me. I never had much luck with the Pentel Pocket Brush, so I definitely enjoy this brush much more. It's with my favorite black ink. It's the Dr. P.H. Martin's Black Star Matte India ink. It flows really nicely in this pen. I really like how it turned out with the lines. I think that I probably could have been a little bit more bold in the lines, but I kind of wanted the colors to show more and speak more than having to just outline everything. So after doing the outlines, I realized that some of the shadows weren't quite dark enough, so I did darken up some of the shadows a little bit more, and you already saw I added some gold paint. That's the only paint that wasn't in those three colors. I thought adding that shiny gold would be really pretty to the water to give it really like a gleam. I added some extra detail to the lily pads. They were looking kind of flat, so I gave them some texture, which I think really helped in the long run give it more depth, kind of pull them a little bit forward where they needed to be, push them back where they needed to be. And overall, I really enjoyed doing this painting. It isn't perfect. There are definitely a couple of things that if I were to do it again, I would change. I would maybe make her face a little less cartoony. I think it's pretty round. I tend to draw pretty round faces for some reason, even though I don't have a round face at all. I have a pretty narrow face, and I use my own face for reference a lot, so that's kind of strange. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's maybe what I would change, is maybe make her face a little bit more narrow, and I don't know, maybe it's fine. Let me know. I think maybe what's bothering me is I showed this painting to a coworker and they said it looked like anime. Not that there's anything wrong with anime, but not the style I was going for. Oh well. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Anyway, I am going to be putting this painting up on my Etsy. It is framed. If you watched my last video, I showed the frame that I put that artwork in. This, again, I built a frame for, so it will go up on my Etsy fully framed. The other picture, my last painting, will go up fully framed, and so make sure you check those out. I'm wanting to get some prints of my artwork done as well. It's kind of expensive to initially get started and get enough prints, especially when I don't really know what people want. So if you think you'd be interested in doing prints, then let me know. I'm also planning on doing some artist alleys in the future, so I think it will be a good step forward in getting things prepped when I eventually go back to doing artist alleys, because I don't want to just have everything on my plate all at once. And I just need things in my Etsy shop. It's great to have original paintings, but I think prints, like a lot of people really like prints. So I am going to be looking into that. So guys, if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. You can see more art from me. I put out art videos occasionally. I always want to do more than I actually do. So don't be lazy like me. Just don't be lazy. Don't let a tree fall on your car. Just don't. It sucks. Follow me on Instagram and, you know, them other places. They're all up on the video. I've got them listed in the description. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.